Hello, my name is Erica, and today is Sunday, the 8th of February, 2026. Here's the news and trending stories from the past week. Our lead story. In Las Vegas, Nevada, the FBI raided a home that was discovered to be a suspected biolab, containing centrifuges, infectious disease samples, and over 1,000 dead mice. The home was owned by the same individual that is currently being prosecuted over another home lab discovered in Reedley, California in 2022, where he was attempting to weaponize tuberculosis, Ebola, and agricultural blight. The new location was discovered by a code inspector, raising questions as to why the FBI did not search other properties owned by the individual, who has been accused of having links to the People's Republic of China. Now to global stories. The release of the most recent batch of Epstein files continues to send shockwaves around the world. Individuals named in the documents include the royal family of Norway, as well as numerous current and former government officials in countries ranging from India to Israel to England. Iran. The Iranians have seized two smaller regional oil tankers in the Persian Gulf. Earlier this week, U.S. forces shot down an Iranian drone that strayed too close to U.S. warships in the region. Planned negotiations between the U.S. and Iran remain ongoing in Oman. Cuba. Warnings were issued by the U.S. State Department regarding the potential imminent failure of Cuba's power grid. Cuba relied heavily upon energy imports from Venezuela, which have been disrupted following the U.S.-led ouster of Nicolas Maduro. France. A grenade attack was carried out on a beauty salon in the French city of Grenoble. This is the second recent attack of this nature. Responsibility has been claimed by a French-Algerian criminal group and has been attributed to gang warfare within the city. Miraculously, there were no deaths and 6 people escaped with only minor injuries. Spain. The ruling socialist coalition issued a surprise decree, giving hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants amnesty. The move has drawn criticism as Spain's unemployment rate remains at 10%, with youth unemployment above 20%. Italy. The Winter Olympics have begun in Milan. The opening ceremonies for the Games were held on Friday. Sudan. The ongoing civil conflict in Sudan, which has claimed the lives of tens of thousands and has been characterized broadly as a stalemate, became much more dynamic this week. The Sudanese armed forces made dramatic advances against their opponents, the Rapid Support Forces. Their successes include lifting the multi-year siege of one urban enclave. The sudden change has been attributed by analysts to shifting foreign aid dynamics. Now to the United States. Gurnee, Illinois. A woman was arrested in what is being labeled as a terrorist attack. The woman rammed 2 people with her vehicle in a Hobby Lobby parking lot. She fled that scene and at another location stabbed a man. At that second location, she attempted to attack a police officer who subdued her with a taser. A video posted by the woman cited gender ideology and anti-religious reasons for her behavior. Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan announced that 700 federal personnel would be departing from the city, citing cooperation from local authorities to hand over detained illegal aliens. Protests continue in the city, with a viral video showing one anti-ICE protester calling a Black agent a racial slur. Additionally, Homeland Security agents arrested a man on federal charges over threatening to dox and kill ICE agents. Virginia. A proposed redistricting plan by the ruling Democrat administration in Virginia was put on hold by a state court. The plan would result in only one remaining Republican-represented district out of 11, in a state that voted over 40% Republican in recent elections. Washington, D.C. A brief partial government shutdown was ended as Trump signed a stopgap funding bill. The shutdown was caused by demands from Democrats to reduce ICE funding and impose new restrictions on the agency's activities. Arizona, the disappearance of the mother of Savannah Guthrie is being investigated as a kidnapping following signs of forced entry into Nancy Guthrie's home, including blood on her porch and a missing Ring door camera. Florida, the man found guilty of attempting to assassinate President Trump at one of his Florida golf courses during the 2024 election was sentenced to life in prison this week. Now to economics and finance. The cryptocurrency Bitcoin continues its slide from the previous week. The price of one Bitcoin fell into the low 60,000s before rebounding slightly. Challenger Reports released data that over 108,000 jobs were cut in the US last month. That is an increase of over 100% from the same time the previous year. Additionally, the US government data indicated that over 220,000 people filed initial jobless claims this week, a number that was higher than analysts' expectations. Fourth quarter earning reports continued this week with tech giants Amazon and Google announcing massive capital expenditures in the hundreds of billions on their artificial intelligence build-outs. Both companies saw their share prices fall as investors weighed concerns as to whether the large spending would pay off. Gold and silver continued a pullback from recent highs, with silver falling nearly 30% at one point as exuberance in the run-up in precious metals over the last year cools. Now to culture and entertainment. The Super Bowl is tonight between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. The halftime show will be headlined by artist Bad Bunny. The HBO series A Night of the Seven Kingdoms released its fourth episode and continues to receive a significant praise from both audiences and critics. A viral influencer controversy occurred this week on X, with allegations of adultery between two individuals who were both married and promoted traditional conservative values. That's the news and trending topics from this past week. I'm Erica from Sunday Night Live. See you next week.